Alright, how's everybody doing today? You're watching Slot Car Mayhem. I'm John, and this will be the 22nd episode of the Glendale 65. And today we're going to take a look at a problem that tends to creep up, pardon the pun, in Carrera Digital. Namely, it has to do with using a pace car or a safety car. And let's go ahead and take a look at the problem. We'll do a brief overview of what's happening, and I'll show you a couple examples of what's going on. First off, the problem is simply that it seems to be very random happens more during longer races. The pace car will creep a little bit, a few inches or so, during the course of a race while it's in its lane, parked in its lane. And eventually it's going to work its way out, or it's going to park itself to where it doesn't have power. It's going to block a lane, cause a wreck, and I haven't found any consistency in when it happens. Right now I'm experimenting running half-hour long races, and the car will creep itself out 3 or 4 times during a half-hour race. It may come out once or twice as a result of it on its own. So I've been trying to find out all the information I can on what's causing it and what's happening. I haven't really found anything out yet. I've been trying to do my research, but there's not a whole lot there on the web. I have yet to call Carrera about the matter, and but I'm sure it's pretty well known. I've seen several references where people have mentioned it. I'm going to try to do a homegrown solution on how to fix it. So before we dive into that, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the problem and see what's going on. Okay, here's an example. I'm running a race, and as you can see, the pace car will just by itself go ahead and inch forward like this, and this is done in real time. And let's take another look at that. We'll go ahead, and we got the race going on, and you can see, and there we go, the pace car just inches itself out. And eventually this will go to the end, and it will just go ahead and begin its run all on its own. And that can be a crazy little thing to happen. It's not necessarily what we want. Let's go ahead and slow it down, and let's push it down to about half speed and see what's going on. Okay, here we go again. We've got the pace car sitting in its lane, and there you can see it go ahead and do its move. If you notice, let's go ahead and run it again. If you go ahead and notice, you can see that right there, the power will blink off briefly before it goes on. So given the fact that I've run this in both pit lanes with different cars, different shifts, I don't think that this is necessarily a problem with the car or the decoder in the car itself. I think it has to do with more of some kind of strange errant signal coming out through the control unit. Now what I have done a reset on the control unit. I've run my power taps with no problems there. I've completely reprogrammed the cars several times over, reprogrammed them using different controllers, everything, and nothing I can find directly will easily fix this solution. I've even removed the pit lane adapter and put a regular piece of straight section in its place. It still has the same problem, and again, it doesn't matter if it's in this lane or this lane. And if I run 2 pace cars in both lanes, they both will do the same thing at the same time. So that's telling me that that signal is something that's coming from the control unit itself and nothing in the track section as it sits. So I'm going to work on an easy to implement, very easy to implement, homegrown solution. I've got my items ordered already, so when they come in, I'll go ahead and I'll start putting that solution together, and we'll take you through that, and we'll show you what I think is going to be a very good fix for this solution. And we'll just do that experiment, and we'll see how it works. So okay, we'll wrap this episode up. I know this was quick. But stay tuned. When my stuff comes in, I'll go ahead and I'll get the solution implemented. And if you are running into that problem with a safety car that keeps wanting to jump out of its lane, this should fix the problem without having to do anything to deal with Carrera or anything else. It's something you can implement here. We'll build into the track, and it should just take care of the solution all the way around. And actually it's a solution I'm going to be using for other things as well. So stay tuned for that, and we'll go ahead and get this wrapped up. And once again, I want to thank you, everybody. Thanks for all the likes and the subscriptions. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button, hit the notifications. We got a lot of things coming up. And as always, if you guys have any questions, just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to answer. And I want everybody to have a wonderful day, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.